Inspired by the potential loss of Inside the NBA on TNT. It's not gone yet, but it's looking like things are heading that way contractually, where the NBA will move over to and move back to NBC. And if so, TNT's out. And so there's no more Ernie and Chuck and Shaq and Kenny. That announcement has not happened yet, but it's trending that way and could happen at any minute. And so with that, we're talking about what you miss in sports. We want to go to the phones, but I want to unveil the one other one that I had.
Okay.
I miss a Giants team that could hit home runs. I really do. And like we've talked about baseball and the difficulty of hitting these 100-mile-an-hour fastballs now and everything that you see out there, the changes in the game, all of that. There's a damn song. When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Like, this is
it's ground ball, baby, is how it went. No? Sorry.
Yeah.
Strikeout, baby.
Sorry. That song was actually about what the fans are doing.
Ah, geez.
Yeah, it's bye-bye, baby. So from Mays to McCovey to Bonds to even a plucky 2021 season where they were right up there tops in the league in home runs, I can't stand. They just went to Coors Field for 3 days, and I know I heard Flem this morning. He's not wrong. By the way, if you don't know, the Giants got their butts absolutely whacked today by the Colorado we never heard of use. Yes, they won 2 out of 3. I'm thoroughly and still unimpressed. More to come on that. Final pitch with FP right around the corner. But they hit a sum total of 2 home runs in this series. Both of them were by Michael Conforto, and one of them was a classic Coors Field home run. Oppo Taco earlier today, tuck it inside the left field foul pole, kind of a never would be a home run anywhere else type of a ball. One of those, 2 home runs. And I'd have egg on my face right now if it weren't for some quirky ground balls that found space. They got to 12 runs yesterday by the 4th inning.
Yeah.
And then scored 2 more the remainder of the series. Final tally ended up being 14.
Ooh.
It wasn't.
It was an ottoman.
It was close.
Yeah.
It ended up being close. It just happened a while ago, so it feels like an ottoman.
And the way they scored their first 4 was Giants-esque with
God.
2 bleeders, a chopper, and then a line drive.
Yeah, 1 hit.
Right,
And
one
had
real hit.
One real hit and got 4 runs out of it.
Exactly.
Thoroughly unimpressed. These hitters are going to waste what I think is going to eventually be a fantastic pitching staff. A starting rotation that's already doing okay and stands to potentially acquire 3 all-star level starters between now and the all-star break. And if they cannot figure out how to hit the damn ball, they're going to waste the season. They're going to waste the season. I miss the hell out of, and it's why I said what I said the other day.
Right.
Second you fall down by 3 runs, we're right back to, well, ball game, what else do you want to do with your evening? And that's because they can't get the damn ball over the fence.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
107-win season, second in all of baseball in home runs. This year, you are sub 500, and you're 21st in the league entering play today in home runs, and you're averaging .93 home runs per game. And, yeah, you play at Coors against the worst pitching staff in baseball, and you manage 2 home runs. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. But anyway, what do you miss in sports? How about referee Eric in Redwood City? Hey, Ref Eric, what are you doing?
Hey, guys. Of course, I'm driving home. I want to go with you and say I do miss Candlestick before I get to my real I miss it. There's nothing can beat sitting at a cold Tuesday night watching the Giants and watching all the hot dog wrappers blown around the field.
Yeah.
That was special.
Shout out to chain link fences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I really miss is when Monday Night Football was special, when it was the football game of the week. There wasn't any competition. You had the best broadcasting crew. You always look forward to that matchup. And now it's just kind of a meh, don't care about the crew. Doesn't seem to be as competitive anymore. I don't know. I miss the specialness of Monday Night Football.
I get
Ref
that.
Eric, that was actually going to be my next one, I swear to God, because as a kid, it was Cosell and Gifford and Dandy Don, and it was the only time I was ever allowed to leave the dinner table was to watch halftime highlights on Monday night in the fall. That was it.
Halftime highlights.
My parents were strict about dinner. We always ate together.
Yep,
napkin in your lap and all the rest of that. They drilled it into us, but Monday nights at about 7:30, I could step down and run in for Cosell doing halftime highlights. So I'm totally with you, Ref Eric.
Has Sunday night not replaced that, though? Like, that's special.
Yes.
It's special.
It's better,
you know
but
what I mean?
It's not special like Monday Night Football used to be special.
I hear you. There's not the, I don't know, even, the iconic music. We know the Sunday night theme and the Monday night, but like that, right? That song, those broadcasters. Well, that's Sunday, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's Sunday. Yeah. No, the thing for me that always like got the hair on the back of the neck. That was when you're like, oh my God. Oh my God, everybody stop. Stop what you're doing.
Totally.
Let's go watch the football game. But I still, I got all these young football fans in my house with me. They're all into it now. And they do. They gather. They gather at 5:30 on Sunday night. They gather.
Yes.
And it's like, who is it? What's going on in my fantasy game? Let's eat something unhealthy together. And so it's still an event. We still get that. It's just a different night.
Right, but it's not the specialness of Monday Night Football where it used to be you'd have the morning game, you'd have the afternoon game. There was no Sunday night game, and then you had the Monday night game. Now it's 7 hours of uninterrupted fantasy football updates starts now. And I love Scott Hansen, and I love the Red Zone. But by the time you get to Sunday, I'm a little burnt out after 7 hours of watching the Zone. It is cool to have another game on, and there's no Red Zone, and it's the game. But then you get to Monday, and it used to be the Monday Night Football matchup was the matchup, but now the best game of the week is usually Sunday night.
Yeah, Monday and Thursday sometimes feel a little bit like afterthoughts.
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, here we go, Thursday night, and the Panthers are playing the Bucks.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, I think it's the rotating cast on Monday night that's taken away a lot of the specialness.
Sure.
Just over the last 6 years, you've had 4 different play-by-play announcers. Sean McDonough, Joe Tessitore, Steve Levy, and now Mr. Economy of Words, Joe Buck.
Yeah.
So it used to be like, that was the pinnacle of broadcasting. You got that seat, and you were the dude.
Well, but I'm glad ESPN... look, there's nothing against some of those other guys. I think some of them are really good. Tessitore, McDonough, these guys are really good broadcasters.
No doubt.
But Joe and Troy, that has...
Well,
no, it's got a presence. It's got a presence because it even if it isn't that, it sounds to our ear like the game of the week. That for years was the Fox 1 o'clock game of the week. And so it was different. It was usually just a Cowboy game, but it was different, right? It would be like, okay, clear the decks here. So getting those voices on Monday night, I do think is giving it a little bit of an uptick. I do.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're together, and I get what you're saying, they're no Madden and Summerall.
No, nobody
And I don't think that Troy Aikman is necessarily that good at it anymore, which has given rise to the Manning cast.
He's solid. I mean,
He's
again,
all right.
no, but remember we did this last week when the Bob Fitzgerald and Kalena thing came out. Sometimes I wonder what that means in broadcasting. What does that mean? He's good.
Well, it means that he's teaching me something that I don't know, or he's going to be wildly entertaining.
But it's just not your cup of tea.
Troy Aikman is neither entertaining nor informative.
To you. I find him to be very, very listenable. And
I didn't mention listenable. I said entertaining and educational.
Yeah, it's so subjective is my point.
Of course.
Right? Like,
of course.
All of us who have done this now for a living, if we are supporting other human beings in broadcasting, to me, you're good. Period. You're good.
Someone thinks you're good, yeah.
And then after that, it becomes subjectivity, and it's just like, what triggers us in life? What voices do we like? You don't like that voice? I have people all the time tell me, they're like, oh my God, your voice, it's very recognizable.
I get that too.
Some people think it's great. Some people think I've got marbles in my throat. Some people think I'm 78 years old. So
some people think you're a chain smoker.
Correct.
Yeah.
So does that float your boat or not? Do you know what I mean? Like all of you people who hate my voice, Christy thinks it's awesome. So how about that? Scoreboard.
I think it's nails on the chalkboard 20 hours a week.
Yours too. That's why I talk so much. I actually don't even like talking. I'm an introvert. Jim and San Leandro.
Score that one for Willard. All right.
Hi, Jim. What are you doing?
Hey, guys. How you doing? First thing is this. You guys are talking about broadcasters and missing things in sports. I miss Bill King, and I miss Greg Papa. I'm a Raider, A's, not so much an A's fan anymore.
Dump that. I'm kidding. Go ahead, Jim. Jim, go ahead. Go ahead.
I miss not being able to go to the games here in the town. But the one thing I really miss, had Raider season tickets for 10 years prior to them leaving. Going to the games was special. However, the tailgates for me in Oakland, California were indisputable the best tailgates in the nation. Getting there at 6:30 in the morning, waiting for the lot to open up at 8, being upset at the police department and the parking crew because they'd screw it up.
Yep.
But eventually, we'd find our spot. We would get there, we'd get our tailgate going, and the entire parking lot was an encampment of Raider fans that were just having the best time, very welcoming to fans of other teams. I know not everybody believes that, but it's true. And just people just having the best times. I've been to Vegas. Vegas is okay. It's fine, whatever. But the tailgating in the Oakland Coliseum parking lot is something that I just passionately miss. And it's just a shame that it's gone.
It's a great take.
Yep, Jim, thanks.
Thank you, Jim. Shout out to Bart Lott and Derek Petrak and Dawn. And we started heavy duty in the Bart Lot. And, you know, there were times, Mark, that I would just go to the tailgate and then go home and watch the game on TV.
Really?
Yeah, I lived about 4 miles away from the Collie.
What if I sort of like, and maybe this furthers you bringing up Candlestick, let me just use that word. What do you miss? Tailgating.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many stadium environments where you can't do that anymore.
Chase Center.
Tailgating at a Giants game now.
Warrior game.
Dude, we used to go to Candlestick and we had one of those stupid, do you remember those little portable barbecue deals where you just stuck the newspaper down below?
The hibachi.
Right, but this one was really janky. But anyway, you go cook something and, you know, get like the sporting green would actually be in the hot dog.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and you'd eat that and you'd grab hopefully a tennis ball if you had a baseball. Hopefully you didn't hit a car. But like whether it's Frisbee, whether it's lining up and acting like you're 60 feet, 6 inches away and being catcher for your buddy, and then you switch and you're the pitcher, and could you strike anyone out? Like we used to sit there and do that, get to that game 3 hours before it would happen and just hang. And part of what I'm talking about is just the pace of life now. But man, going to a game now, any game, and I know you go to a Niner game, if you're able to do this and get out there 5 hours ahead of time, that's a hell of a tailgate. The hell of a tailgate still happens down there.
At Levi's.
Yes, but for baseball, lesser degree basketball, that's not really basketball's thing. But the ability to not have to fight so damn hard to go to a game.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to cost $1 billion. You don't have to fight all kinds of traffic. You could just go and just go early and hang out and eat bad stuff and be friends with people. That doesn't happen as much anymore.
No, and I'll play off that and just make this both general and also incredibly micro-personal.
Okay.
I miss the Oakland A's. I miss the Oakland A's and what they used to be with Dollar Tuesdays and free parking Wednesdays, and I may have the days wrong, but you get the bit. Before John Fisher put his imprint on the product, when the A's were the East Bay's affordable night out, and we would do exactly what you're talking about. Tailgate, bring our kids and the Crawfords, the Quintellas, the Burrows, and whoever else was free, and it was an hour and a half of wiffle ball, and the kids are running roughshod in the lot, and we're playing ball, and we're throwing frisbees, and a couple of the kids are on roller skates or skateboards, and yeah, you went to the game, and you enjoyed baseball, but at the same time, it was the beauty of the experience. It was affordable. It was, an underdog team that you could root for. It was an experience. I miss, Mark, the Oakland A's and what it used to represent.
Yeah, that one I get. I mean, for crying out loud, I miss the Oakland A's. I'm not an A's fan.
Right. I became an A's fan because I lived in Oakland, and those families I all mentioned, we all lived within 10 or 15 minutes, and it was like, hey, it'd be 3 p.m. Who's up for the A's game tonight? And then, bloop, let's go.
Yep.
And an hour and a half later, you're stopping at the liquor store, and off you go. And sandwiches or barbecue, and it was a great thing to be able to do.
And I know that A's fans, like true A's fans, don't want to hear this from a Giants fan, but like I will miss it on multiple levels, even all the way down to just the energy that was in the park when those interleague matchups would happen. And I know they're not over, but they're over. They're over. They're totally over. Like, I loved to hate the Oakland A's. That was actually a team that I really, like, they were not the Dodgers, but, like, that was a thing. Remember when Will Clark and Jose Canseco used to hate each other?
Yeah.
That was a thing. I used to dig that. And now it's just like, I mean, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Kick people when they're down? Like,
You won't.
There's nothing left.
Yeah.
There's nothing left. Is FP ready?